It's January, it's dark, it's wet, it's cold, and look at all this colour. Fantastic. Doesn't really matter how bad the weather is, you've got plants that will perform at this time of year. So, what do I have in my little winter garden here for January colour? Well, the first thing would be looking at foliage plants with golden leaves like this, euonymus, or the aucuba here. They have coloured leaves 12 months of the year, so you're always going to have something to look at. As far as flowering plants are concerned, we've got big statuesque shrubs like this mahonia here. The flowers are starting to go over now, but that's been in flower for October, November, December, and there's still some colour in January. And even when the flowers are not on, the foliage is fantastic. It's been fairly mild, so the first primroses are coming out, and you'll see over the next few weeks that lots of different primroses and primulas, polyanthus will be coming in, and they're great for this time of year. We've got the skimmias. The skimmias have these tiny little flowers. This is a white flowered and a red flowered male skimmias. They will eventually open their tiny little flowers in March, so they have a very long period of interest. They're great for containers. And then here we have a Christmas rose, a hellebore, beautiful white flowers. They're much more vigorous than the old Christmas roses. They've been hybridized to be better, and they will flower around about Christmas time, whatever the weather's like. And finally, one of the things that you find at this time of year is there are a series of scented shrubs and trees. Where these plants grow in the wild in China and in Japan, they're attracting pollinators at this time of year. We don't have many pollinators at this time of year. It's a bit cold and wet for them. This is hamamelis, or witch hazel, grows into a small tree which has these amazing stringy flowers. The pale yellow ones are scented. The darker coloured ones tend to be less scented. Then we have the winter flowering viburnums here. This is a form of Bodnantense called Charles Lamont. There's another one called Dawn, which is a little bit pinker. Again, sweetly scented. Goes on flowering for ages and ages and ages. You can see there are buds here that haven't even opened. Fantastic plant that. Very, very hardy. Doesn't really matter how cold the weather, it'll still flower. And then lastly, it may look a little underwhelming, but this is a sarcococca or a winter or Christmas box. Tiny little white flowers, but it's the strongest scent of all. Plant it just outside your back door or in a little container, and you'll smell it every time you leave the house. So don't despair if the weather's getting you down. There's an amazing range of plants here, including of course the spring flowering bulbs like this tete-a-tete here. These little narcissi, which you can put in containers. They'll be coming in this week, ready to go. So if you need to brighten up your garden at this time of year, lots of ideas at Glendoick right now.